nothing like the sound of Carolina hoofbeats. Riding down the trail under a big blue sky and pine trees. Sitting high in the saddle, nothing else matters. My feet in the stirrups, I'm so happy. There's nothing like the sound of Carolina hoofbeats.
We're here in Oxford, North Carolina. This is the Relay for Life trail ride. It's been hosted by the Newcomb family for a lot of years. Several hundred people have turned out for this fundraising event this weekend. And as you can see, there's some coming up behind us now. If you've never been on an organized trail ride, it's really an interesting thing. I had never been on one, so I had no idea what to expect. But the ride starts about 10 o'clock in the morning, and you can kind of just spend the night, get up whenever you're ready, leisurely go out on the trail. It's well marked. Great family event because, as you can see, your kids can play with their horses all day, go on the ride with you. You can cook on the grill, you can tailgate, you can relax and just have a lot of fun for the whole family mingling with everybody. Everybody rides the ride at their own pace. The trails are well marked so it's easy to follow. Everybody straggles in, and then usually at night they have a little celebration. This one in particular will have a silent auction, a live auction, and then they'll have music and dancing and a big supper. So trail rides are a lot of fun for folks and a great family event. With me now is Brendell Wilkins, and Brendell's the sheriff here in Granville County, and he's also a volunteer working on the trail ride this weekend. So tell us a little bit about the trail ride.
Well, this is the 5th annual trail ride here for Relay for Life, and we try to help out every year with traffic control, crossing over a major highway and furnishing lights and different things here to help out with it. Enjoy doing it.
So you ride horses too?
That's correct. I ride horses also. I wasn't able to ride today because we had to take care of some things around here, but enjoy riding. And I have a ride myself, usually once a year.
Right.
Sponsor ride.
That's right. I've heard about that ride and how much fun that is.
That's right.
All right. So you're up for re-election again this year?
That's right. I'm up for re-election this year, and I appreciate everybody's support.
All right. All right. Thank you.
Thank y'all for what you do.
Thank you. With me now is Wayne Newcomb. You've probably noticed his ad in our magazine for Newcomb Quarter Horses. Wayne's family's been hosting the trail ride for a while now, here to raise money for Relay for Life. Can you tell us a little bit about the ride?
Oh, it's roughly 14 miles. To be perfectly honest with you, I didn't get a official count of how many riders we have, approximately 200. And that's what we normally have. This time of year it's kind of hard not to be in competition with some other benefit rides, but we do quite well, and everybody enjoyed it, it seems, and food was great.
Looks like a lot of good sponsors this year with a lot of things to buy in the silent auction and the giveaways with the TV and the trailer.
Yep, and it's it's a family kind of event. We have a lot of wagon riders and with families and children and grandchildren, and it's just a good family type fun.
It is a really great event. I noticed a lot of kids in the ride today and folks that bring their campers and spend the night. So it looks like that would be a great outing for a weekend and a very cheap way to entertain your family.
Yeah, for sure.
And raising money for a really good cause at the same time.
Exactly, and it's, riding a couple hundred horses is a little more challenging than just going down and ride trail ride, 3 or 4 local horses.
Right, and you kind of start out about 10 o'clock and everybody just goes at their own pace and rides at whatever speed they want to go.
And we have to take a little lunch break around 1 o'clock, about halfway, and get the horses a break, take a little break, and then come on in. It's generally takes about 6 hours to do the whole ride, about 14 miles.
And you have a different route for the wagons so that they have a little bit easier trek. And
some of the we come down the gas line and it's awful wet we got a couple inches of rain yesterday, and we kind of try to wrap the wagons where in some areas are not quite as wet, the saddle horses to go on.
Right. And I know this event's been going on for a number of years, and Ms. Francis was telling me that you've raised multiple $1,000s each year and that it's continued to grow, so that's a lot to be proud of.
Yeah, we've been very successful, for a weekend trail ride. And everybody has fun, and the money goes to a very good cause. Not many people don't have somebody in the immediate family that has had, problems with cancer and all those lost loved ones, and it's an ongoing battle to try to fund it the best way we can.
Absolutely. It's really a great opportunity for all of us to work together to help stamp out an awful disease. Well, thank you for everything you and your family do, and I appreciate your time.
You know, you don't need a PhD in tractorology to understand that more power is a good thing. Mahindra tractors are engineered for maximum power and backed by a 5-year powertrain warranty. Yes, sir, Mahindra tractors even have enough power to give the competition a lift. Take a good look at the world's #1 selling tractor, Mahindra.
We're your neighborhood source for everything you need from your farm to your home.
At Harper Sales and Service, a division of Harper Landscaping, we can cater to all your mowing needs. Whether you need to start out with a beginner series for those smaller lawns, you can work your way all the way up to a 0 turn and even get into those bigger areas where you might have an acre or 2 or more.
My animals depend on me, and I depend on Harper Equipment Sales and Services to keep me running. From my weed eater to my tractor, they can fix it all.
When you look for Harper Landscaping, it's no sweat.
Make plans now to attend this year's Southern Horse Festival Cowboy Up, sponsored by the North Carolina Horse Council, September 12th through the 14th in the Southeastern Agricultural Center in Lumberton, North Carolina. Bring the whole family. Friday night will feature all kinds of horse entertainment, an auction. Saturday morning will start out with ranch sorting, barrel racing Saturday night. Sunday we will feature a kids rodeo section, and there will be fun and food for all the family. Make plans to attend. For more information, go to the North Carolina Horse Council website. With us now is Francis Garrett, and Francis is from Henderson, North Carolina. That's right. And Ms. Francis is responsible for this wonderful Relay for Life event. Can you tell us a little bit about this event?
Well, this event started 5 years ago. I'm not a horse rider, but I have some wonderful friends now. I had this vision that you could make money with a trail ride because times are hard, and I honestly believe I can't just go out and ask people for $5 or $10. I think if you have something that a person can enjoy with their family and spend the day and do a wonderful thing for a good cause, that's the best way to raise money. I believe it's sweat equity. Don't expect somebody to do something if you won't get at it and do it yourself. And so for years, I wanted Mr. Bob Newcomb. I knew from years ago going to horse shows, I knew the name, I knew the family, but it had been years. And when I thought we could make money doing this, and I knew Mr. Bob's family had cancer in their family that has took his wife, his daughter, and he's had it himself. But I didn't know him, and I kept going in Kentucky Fried Chicken for my work, and I'd see this man that envisioned what I thought Bob Newcomb used to look like. And one day I went over to him and I said, "Are you Bob Newcomb?" And he said, "That's what some people call me."
It sounds like
and I told him what I wanted to do, and he said to call him back, let him think about it. And I kept calling him. He must not come from the barn till 12 o'clock at night because I could never hardly get him. But when I finally got him, and he told me one night that Helen's cancer had reoccurred, and let him think some more. And I said, "Mr. Bob, if she's sick, let's do it next year. Let's just don't worry with that." And I hate to say, but she passed away during that time. And then a friend of mine, Bucky Ramsey, said he would go see Mr. Bob and talk to him one day. And he told him, he asked him if that woman knew what she was doing, and Bucky told him no, but she knew what he told him. And so he said we could do it, and it has just been the most wonderful thing. I have met some of the most wonderful people in the world Horse people, like any other clubs and groups, they're a family, they're a community, and they love their family, and they want to do things to help save their family, that they won't go through this terrible thing. So we started doing this trail ride 5 years ago, and we raised $5,000 and some dollars. We were thrilled to death. And so the next year we didn't know if we could do as well, but we made $7,000.
Awesome.
And then the next year we said we went from 5 to 7, maybe we could make 9. We made $11,000 that year. And so we knew we'd never beat that. But then last year we raised $13,600.
That's fabulous.
We know that we are helping somebody somewhere. And but this is a thing that is so many people, a community coming together. It's everybody worrying about everybody else's family and not wanting anybody to go through it. It starts with the landowners. You can't do a ride without the landowners, and they graciously let us ride their land. The sheriff's department has his deputies out letting the horses cross so they'll be safe. Mike Blunt, a friend of Bucky's, works at a box company, and they have people come in and out, and they sell to vendors, and they have got connected with somebody, and all the food has been donated this year. I mean, desserts, food, chicken, everything. And that's the biggest cost of doing any fundraiser is the food. And the cooks that come, they come back every year. They say they have the best time. They have bonded, you know. It has just been a wonderful thing. But to me, I'm a 3-time survivor, and it's so personal to me because I never want another family to go through this. And when I come out in the morning and I look at the sun coming up over there, you're so humble because they came because you asked them to come.
Absolutely.
They come, they tell me their personal stories. And I feel so blessed that I'm a person that they would want to do that with. And I want to help every family, everyone. And I truly believe that with communities coming together, that one day we can find a cure for this disease.
I believe so too.
I really do. And it's not just about Relay for Life. I'm also an advocate. We go to Washington, try to get lawmakers to pass, not to keep cutting the funding for research. And that's so important because elected officials want to do what the people say. And in that way we can just keep on telling them we want to stop this disease. So it's so many ways that so many people can get involved. And just anything anybody could do would be wonderful. But I do nothing that's no more fun than doing this trail ride. And I've always heard that you can find something good in anything, no matter what it is. And in my cancer journey, my good thing that happened was all the friends that I've made along the way.
That is so awesome and so beautiful.
It is just the friends that you've made along the way.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for everything that you do in this community. You've been a powerhouse and a force behind this, and
I
that's
can't
awesome.
do it by myself, but I take so many friends and people like you that help us spread the word.
Well, thank you.
It takes everybody coming together. You know, they say we're doing a war in Afghanistan. This is a war.
You're right.
We've got to win this war. We lose more people to cancer every year than we lose in those foreign wars.
Absolutely.
We've all coming together, and just like this, one day we're going to be trying to find a cure for another disease because we're going to conquer this one.
I agree. Thank you, Miss Francis.
You're so welcome.
And what a wonderful event. Thank you for letting us be here.
Please come back next year.
We
Thank
definitely
you.
My name is Scott Brookins, and I am the owner of Brookins Construction and MD Barnmaster of the Carolinas. At MD Barnmaster, we have the best warranty in the business. We have a variety of designs to choose from. Our barns are easily customizable to meet your needs. We have financing available to those who qualify. Our barns are fire resistant, and they hold their value with little maintenance. Let us build your dream barn for you today.
If you don't use a typewriter or rotary dial telephone, then why still water your horse with a bucket? Horse lovers everywhere are discovering the automatic and non-electric benefits of the Barbari horse drinker. The water from the horse drinker is clean and comes out warmer in the winter and cooler in the summer. After each drink, the bowl empties with no standing water from mosquito eggs, nor the bad tasting water that can come from algae. It's time to update your watering method. Winter or summer, Barbari is the way to water your horses in the 21st century.
We're here at the expo today with Lynn Palm, And Lynn is a 34-time World and Reserve champion, 4-time Super Horse, Horsewoman of the Year, many, many more things. Is there anything you haven't done yet in the horse world that you've got your sights set on?
Well, you know, the fun thing about the horse world is it's a never-ending goal setting. So my goals right now is to continue on. I've been showing in dressage and with quarter horses in the English classical dressage.
Wow.
But this Western dressage, it's all new. And I've ridden Western throughout my life, and I've never ridden different than in a dressage saddle, my Western saddle. So I'm real excited to promote it because it's good horsemanship, and it gives everybody a training method that's step by step, and it's in print, and it's been successful, mirroring after classical dressage.
That's really awesome. Is there a clinic coming up with that kind of stuff anytime soon?
Well, actually, yes. Later this year in October, the 10th to the 12th of October, my husband and I are both going to teach what we call a Ride Well Clinic, and we base our training on dressage principles for any breed of horse, any rider interest, whether they're a recreational trail rider or they're a competitor in any discipline that they like, because those fundamentals really base a good basics for anybody that wants to learn to ride well. And the clinic that we're going to do is in Castle Hayne, North Carolina.
Right.
So we're really looking forward to coming there, and I'll probably sneak back up here and showing some dressage this summer. I love going to Pinehurst.
Right.
So I like North Carolina. I did live here a year in Southern Pines, so I kind of have a little North Carolina love in my heart.
Well,
so
we welcome you whenever we get the opportunity to have you, that's for sure.
Thank you.
Now, how did you get your start in the horse industry?
Well, that's a very good question. I had a born love for horses, obviously. I'm not from any horsey side of my family. I'm the only one on both sides that has the interest in horses, but when I finally talked my dad into getting me a pony, we didn't know anything. And the wonderful 4-H program, thank goodness my mom got involved with. And the 4-H grew me up, and it gave me the great tools of learning good ethics of safety, good horsemanship. I got very interested in competing. I wanted to try everything, so the quarter horse was a good match for me. And I was learning dressage all along, and I'd take what I was learning in the dressage saddle to all these Western and hunt seat disciplines. So the 4-H was great, and then of course the wonderful saddle clubs, it's in all states. That was another great influence for me. And then with the quarter horse, then I started with the quarter horse breed industry. And then been doing that all my life. And as a professional, when I graduated from high school, I went into professionally as I was already teaching and training the neighbors' horses and knew I wanted to do that. So I continued on, and with my success, that brought me more business. And my dad always told me, he says, you know, horse training, you could get hurt someday. You better have something to back up with. So it was my teaching. So I can remember my first brochure he helped me with. My maiden name is Salvatore, and it was Salvatore School of Horsemanship.
Nice.
So anyway, I've been doing this professionally since 1970, and right now I just love to share my knowledge with people, and if I can make someone smile and give them success with their horses, it makes me happy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite thing that you enjoy teaching the most?
Actually, not really. I mean, I enjoy teaching where people's interests are. You know, it's all about balance as a rider. There's no sport you can do well if you don't have a good balance.
Right.
So that's correct rider's position. The communication with the live being and the animal is with a natural aid, seat, legs, hands. That's my funnest part, and it's for everybody the most interesting, challenging, and it's a never-ending learning because we can't talk to them.
Right.
So that refining that communication with the instincts of the horse really becomes simple but very fun, and when you can get willing responses, it really takes you in the steps saying, wow, I just love this.
Right.
And then controlling what your horse is doing and putting him in a correct balance. That's where your riding gets more advanced. Again, whether you want to jump, do barrels, reining, cut cows, whatever it is, if you can control what he needs to do and control his body alignment and his straightness, there you got willingness. Right. And when my goal is their ears are forward and they're doing what we want happily as every horse owner.
Right.
So with that, it builds a fundamental that can go for anybody, any breed. And so that part, I mean, I like all disciplines, I like all horses, so to have a favorite, not really, you know, but I like it all.
Very good.
People from around the Triangle come to Carolina Barbecue of Garner off Highway 70 because they know what they'll get. Authentic Eastern North Carolina chopped barbecue, Southern fried chicken, hush puppies, Brunswick stew, and more. But did you know that they'll come to you? For your next backyard party, company event, graduation party, weddings, rehearsals, or any other occasion, you bring the people, and Carolina Barbecue of Garner will bring the pig. Call 773-0222.
Follow me to Carolina Barbecue.
Looking for the perfect bed and bail? From the moment you drive through the gate, relax and enjoy all Hawks Crest Manor has to offer. Whether you're coming for a wedding, a family reunion, a trail ride, a weekend away with the girls, or from a busy, bustling meeting in the city, make our house your home. Located in Spring Hope, North Carolina, minutes from downtown Raleigh, Rocky Mount, or Wilson. Schedule your reservation today. Comment about Rugged Lark?
Oh my gosh, well, a 16-year-old boyfriend of mine, I had him for 16 years as the trainer. I think the most unique thing was, again, using the good dressage principle methods I did with him. It gave him a great foundation. He was and still is probably the all-time greatest, what we call all-around horse in the quarter horse breed. He did hunter, the jumping events, he did driving, he pulled a cart, he did reining, he did Western pleasure, he did hunter under saddle, he did trail, he did the class with lead changes. So he was amazingly talented, but with the good training methods we did after he won his second Super Horse Award, which is kind of like the Heisman Trophy winner of the year. After he won that, the owner decided to retire him because he was a stallion and he won more than any horse had won at a very young age. So then we went 10 years out and did exhibitions with him. And we got to do the Atlantic Olympics to Madison Square Garden, National Horse Show, and many venues that were just amazing. The World Cup in Tampa, and we built doing a bridleless routine to music. Part of it was with the bridle and without. And I did dressage movement, reining movements, and just showed a horse can be happy in his work. And that was a great mentor for the quarter horse breed, but for me personally, it was, hey, you know, if you take your time, you don't get in a hurry, you don't try shortcuts, short fixes, you build something that's going to last a long time. And when they retired him in '97, as a 17-year-old from the entertainment world, it was really a shame because he was 100% sound, he could have kept going, but the owner was getting older and didn't want anything to happen to him and wanted him to have a luxury breeding continued life, and which he did so. Yeah.
Well, that's a great way to end your career while you're on a high, for sure.
That's for sure.
And how can our viewers get in touch with you?
Well, lynnpalm.com. That's the way today. Everybody's got a website. It gives all the information about our programs that we do. We got long-term programs for people to come ride with us, shorter ones by the day or 2 days, 3 days, as we're coming to North Carolina for 3 days. Really like to make it a minimum of that because that's where you've got time to get a good understanding of why we're teaching what we're teaching so people can go home and teach themselves and continue on. But also too, we've got a beautiful, we always have an all-inclusive package where someone comes and lodges with us. I do the meals. I love to cook. I have people that come that like to cook too, and we do some cooking times, and it's a lot of fun. But we entertain, and so everybody comes, and it's a nice personalized, get to know each other. People leave there and become best friends forever, people that meet. So that part we really like. So we bring people in that have the passion for horses like we do, that want to ride better and do better with their horses, and that's all it cares. That's all that matters. So that's what we enjoy.
Very nice. Now, Lynn is also a contributing editor to Southeast Equine Magazine, so I'm sure you guys can look forward to articles that'll be upcoming, and I know I certainly enjoy reading them when they come in.
Yep. I'm so proud to be doing that for you.
Thank you. And thank you for your time today.
Oh, my pleasure.
All right.
Hi, my name's Paul Dunn. I'm from Mule City Feeds here in Benson. I'm a member of the Benson Area Chamber of Commerce, and these are my mules. We want to invite you to come to Benson Mule Days in September. It'll be the 4th weekend, and starting on Thursday, we're going to have a concert. It's free. Please come see that. On Friday, we'll have the mule events. It's just like a horse show. You come, you bring your mules, you come sit in the stand, see what happens. The most fun thing that happens all day long is the mule race. On Saturday, it's really a great event where we have a parade like none other in the state of North Carolina. There's about 2,000 horse and rider and wagons. Saturday afternoon we have a bluegrass show, and Saturday evening we have more rodeos and street dances, and there's plenty of carnival rides for the kids. On Sunday we finish up with a rodeo and more carnival rides. Look forward to seeing you. Come on down to Mule Day this September.
Attending a high school rodeo is just about the most thrilling sport you can watch. From goat tying to bull riding, it was a pleasure to watch and meet some of these incredible young athletes. Hang on to your hat because this is a bumpy ride. Afterwards, we headed to Goldsboro, North Carolina to catch up with Bill Minshew. Bill performs all over the country with his trick horses, and we filmed one of his performances. Stay tuned and watch this amazing bond between horse and man. For local programming information and times that our show airs, please go to our website, CarolinaHoofBeatsTV.com.
The North Carolina Horse Council was established in 1972. We are a nonprofit organization that puts every dollar received back into supporting and working for our members. We are a volunteer organization that is supported by people just like you, with passion and energy. We welcome you to join us and be part of the largest and most active horse council in America.
So why don't you stand beside me, come and join the herd, and be a member of the North Carolina Horse Council and take advantage of the many benefits that it has to offer you and your horse. And let's ride the trail together.
Carolina Hoofbeats is brought to you in part by Newcomb Quarter Horses. Newcomb Quarter Horses with over 40 years experience. Find out how we can help you today. NewcombQuarterHorses.net. And also by Carolina Hoofbeats Magazine, a free publication about the horse industry in North Carolina. Catch up on the latest issue at CarolinaHoofbeats.com. And also by Southeast Equine Magazine, a free publication about the horse industry in the southern United States.
Sitting high in the saddle, nothing else matters. My feet in the stirrups, I'm so happy. There's nothing like the sound of Carolina hoofbeats. Sitting high in the saddle, nothing else matters. My feet in the stirrups, I'm so